My dear, I betrayed us. My heart knelt before someone who wasn't even asking. I loved you loud, but whispered their name in my dreams. The worst part, they never even wanted me. I just gave them what was yours. I watched you trust me while I watched them walk away. You gave me forever. I chased a moment. You loved my soul. I gave it to someone who never looked back. I held your hand, but my heartbeat was hiding somewhere else. I wasn't hungry, but I still tasted their chaos. I mistook their attention for the intimacy you were building. I drowned in temptation while you were learning how to swim toward me. It wasn't lust. It was my loneliness in disguise. You deserved truth. I gave you silence and stolen glances. I confused intensity for destiny, and now I live with the echo. You were the whole sky. I chased a flicker in the dark. I didn't cheat with my body. I cheated with my yearning. They didn't seduce me. My wounds did. I didn't love them. I just bled near them. I didn't mean to fall. I just never stopped the fall. You were building a life. I was feeding a fantasy. My soul never wanted them. My ache did. I gave away the part of me you were healing. I wasn't in love. I was addicted to their shadow. They didn't ask for my heart. I handed it over out of guilt. You were stable. They were chaos. I picked the fire. I missed your eyes while chasing their silhouette. I confused their noise for your silence. They didn't replace you. They ruined me. They weren't even real. I just needed an escape from how real you were. I didn't want them. I just didn't want to face you. I found pieces of myself with them, but I was whole with you. You waited. I wandered. You gave me love. I gave someone else my loneliness. They held nothing. I gave them everything. You kissed me with commitment. I kissed them with confusion. They didn't even try. I was just weak enough to fall. You were art. I chose graffiti. I sinned against a blessing because I was bored with peace. I fed my emptiness with someone else's hunger. I shattered your reflection in my eyes by letting them inside. You were real. They were just a pause. My body stayed, but my attention betrayed you. They didn't steal me. I walked away from gold. I became my father's mistake in your story. I gave them my scars. You were giving me your soul. It wasn't passion. It was escape. They were a storm. I left you in the rain. I kissed their silence while your voice begged me to stay. You deserved my honesty. I gave it to their lies. They were never mine, but I made them your ghost. You built a future. I broke it for a glimpse of the past. I heard your heartbeat while listening for theirs. You cried. I didn't stop. They didn't love me, but I betrayed someone who did. You were consistent. I chose the chaos. I ruined a home to explore an illusion. You were the prayer. I chased the sin. I left love for chemistry. They didn't even stay, but the guilt never left. I touched them with hands meant for you. You forgave. I repeated. They saw me. You knew me. I knew better. I still chose wrong. I was the villain in your love story. You deserved my loyalty. I broke it for attention. They didn't care, but I gave them your space. You gave me peace. I craved the pain. I didn't love them. I just wasn't whole. I mourned us after choosing them. I called it fate. It was just my weakness. You stayed. I wandered. I lost myself, and you paid the price. They didn't touch my heart. I gave it away, hoping you wouldn't notice. You were gold. I traded you for dust. You stayed awake for us. I slept in someone else's arms. I destroyed what was sacred to chase what was forbidden. You were building roots. I was chasing sparks. You were home. I left the door open. I found nothing in them, but I lost everything in you. I gave your sacred to the undeserving. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. You loved a version of me I didn't protect. I fell in lust and rose in regret. They smiled, and I forgot your tears. You gave me devotion. I gave them distraction. I made a mess in the temple of your trust. You were sacred. I made you feel replaceable. They didn't steal my heart. I gave away your love. I confused my impulse for my destiny. You loved the man I betrayed. I cheated emotionally, and physically never mattered. You stayed faithful while I flirted with my ruin. I hid you behind lies dressed as confusion. I lost you the moment I looked at them twice. They were noise. You were the melody I muted. I wrecked your soft heart for my restless soul. They were a mirror. I saw my brokenness and called it love. You were fighting for us. I was losing battles alone. You were enough. I wasn't. They never loved me. I just needed a distraction from how much you did. I didn't fall in love. I fell out of integrity.